Hello and assalamualaikum everybody. Welcome to Her Voice presented by Golden Z. We're your hosts for today. I am Sarim and hosting alongside me is Wajia.
Hello everyone. Today we have with us an incredibly talented guest. She is the vocalist for Pulse Cassette with over 11k followers on Instagram now, and she has also modeled for brands like Vigor Bangladesh and NEC. So Afrin, how are you feeling today?
I am feeling very overwhelmed, honestly. I'm like, Chinese. I wanted to fix all up everything in a paper, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. So
Let's go with the flow. It's pretty chill. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so without further ado, let's move on to our question segment. Okay, so the first question is, having all male band members, right? Have you ever faced any criticism for it, or have you been underappreciated in any way, or has it been overwhelming for you? And if so, how have you dealt with something like this, and how have your bandmates supported you throughout this?
About that, my band is one of the most best things that have happened to me. Considering it's all male band members, I thought it was going to be a little bit, I feel like I was gonna feel out of the flock type of thing, because before me they were all four guys and everything. They have this boys thing going on. I thought I was just gonna be one of the girls and never included, but the whole experience with my band has been so wholesome. They always we work together as a team, and they it never feels like I am this outer part of the group. It's not like I'm being underappreciated, but it's kind of overwhelming because how talented the other people are. In my band, I had Mahan Bhaiya, who's the bassist for Conclusion, and they performed at Dhaka, this whole Dhaka Rock Fest, and the whole thing. That's crazy. And to be in a band with him, I was all over him. This guy is talented as hell. So I've never honestly felt underappreciated with my band, and they've never let me feel like that. And I think that's beautiful, and I think it's a blessing to have such comforting and supportive band members.
Honestly, you
That's
need
really
good
good.
band members, right? Support and doing practice and everything together. It's amazing.
The important thing about a band is chemistry, and which is really hard to find with when you jam with somebody or anybody, a friend or something like that. It's very it really happens chemistry. There's this music chemistry between you guys. So I was worried that would happen because I never jammed with them or something like that. Jahonabi band Tuxi, but it just came into us so if you see us on stage, you see that we're all we're not individual acts, but we're an act as a whole, and you can just feel it as the audience. It's actually very sweet because there is no weird tension between the band, or যেটা হয় আর কি মানে আমাদের একটা security complex which is why a lot of bands broke in the past. But the thing is, they all kind of adopted me like their little sister, and they feel this sort of responsibility to take care of me or something like that. And that's why I feel so safe in the group, considering they're all male band members. So yeah, there's that.
That's really cool. Okay, moving on to the second question. Do you ever feel underestimated as a female musician due to the overwhelming male presence in this industry? And do you think the media portrayal of it has do you think female representation in the music industry as well as media portrayal of it has increased in Bangladesh over the years?
I definitely think it's gradually increasing, but if I'm talking from because I can talk for other people, but if I'm talking for myself, I definitely feel the overwhelming male presence in the scene, but I've never felt underappreciated or underestimated. I've never felt they're looking at my male peers better than they're looking at me. They've always kind of seen me as, yeah, she does good music, he does good music. They've never been giving me a spot and giving this guy a higher spot or something. But I did feel overwhelmed by myself. I thought I wasn't enough because I thought that there are so many people better than me. But then I saw so many talented women in the scene, Anika, Pragata, Zephyr. I've personally talked to them and hung out with them, and they're incredibly amazing. So when I see women like that in the scene, that gives like that's like that I see like the woman in the scene like it's gradually increasing, and there's a chance for improvement, even though it's still dominated like by males mostly. Like I rarely see like bands with like like a female headliner or like a female band or something. That is mostly all male bands, but it's gradually increasing. Like women, like girls are starting to like explore this theme. So I think that's like,
Honestly, I think my bad. Sorry I cut you off. I think you,
Nah.
Pragati and Anika should really start a all female band, and it would be so cool.
I definitely think that should be like on the plate, because I feel like we're all so like all different individualists. Like Anika and Pragat and I, we don't have anything in common except the fact that we love music and singing. And I think if we can bring our like talents and our work together, it would be definitely amazing. So yeah, I guess I'll look into it. Or something
It'd
like
be
that.
amazing for us as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the third question, and I think honestly, এটা না জিজ্ঞেস করে থাকা যায় না. So you received over 600,000 views on your cover of Jontrona, right? For those of you who don't know, Jontrona is a song by Mohan Sharif, and what we want to ask here is, Jay, it takes a lot of courage to portray your skills on such a big social platform, right? Like YouTube. So where did you find this courage? And of course, you were invited to the premiere of No The Way, right? So could you please tell us about that experience as well?
Oh my god. The whole thing was so like fast, and like when I did the cover, like if you go to my YouTube, you'll see that I don't usually do like mainstream covers or something like that. I do what music I enjoy. I don't really care about the views. I usually do music for myself and what I like. So when I remember like I was in a car ride with my friend, and she played Jontrona, and I was like, this is such a beautiful song. Like it's like I really want to cover it. And then it was like around 3 a.m. or something. So and my parents are used to at this point like me screaming in my room at my own pace. They're like, she's doing her thing. So it's like a casual Tuesday or Sunday. I'm just like playing with my guitar, and I figure out the chords of the song, and I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Like who cares? Like I just do it anyways. And then I did it. And then I posted it on Facebook, and I wasn't that active in my YouTube channel. I was just active on Instagram, but I posted it on Facebook because my friends were like, "I post cards like very good." I'm like, "Let's check us." I wasn't even gonna post it. So after it was like I woke up in the morning with 1,000 notifications, and I was like, "Who? Like nobody texts me. Like what is going on? Like why do I have so many notifications in my phone all of a sudden?" And then I saw like my cover blew up. It was like I was in a shock, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep. I put my phone aside, and I just want to sleep again. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. And then I woke up, and I'm like, no one shared it, and I'm like, okay, I have to like this is happening. This is real. I have to deal with it, and I'm like overwhelmed by the response. I'm like, when I like cover, I can't. Believe myself for like you could understand what's going on in my head at this moment. And then I started getting like a lot of gigs and like shows and everything, and then out of nowhere I get a knock from Zephyr, and she's like, hey, we want to invite you to the premiere, you should come. And I'm like what is happening? Like why is this happening? I'm like, okay. And, like I went to the premiere, and there were like so many talented people that I never thought that I would like meet up in person. Like I've only seen them behind the screens. Like for Zephyr to approach me was like so big to me, because when I was like opening my YouTube channel, my dad was kind of strict, and he was like, no, can all you do those brown things going on. And I was like, look at Zephyr, and like she's a girl, she's singing, and I want to do that. And because of her, he let me open a YouTube account, and then I got to see her, and it was like a dream come true. So like yeah, there's that. I don't know how I dealt with it. It was definitely like I was a part of me was dying because of the whole shock thing that was going on. But yeah, I mean like I said, I just kind of figured I'll just go with the flow like I'm doing now.
Yeah. Imagine being knocked by Zephyr.
আল্লাহ মানে আমি জাস্ট ফোনটা হাতে দিয়ে এমনি বসে ছিলাম এটা কি মানে আমার এটা কেন এটা কি like how is this even possible like how that happened so long.
Acha, next question. So, you have 11K followers on Instagram. So, you have a massive following, right? We all know that a lot of people, especially young girls, such as me, take inspiration from you. So, what sort of sense of responsibility does that give you?
When I started doing music, like I said, it was only for myself, and when I like gradually started like getting like a number of followers, I saw how many girls kind of like looked up to me as somebody they want to like follow or like look up to. Like whenever I did shows, they like I always got home receiving so much overwhelming appreciation for my music, and I was like, like it dawned upon me like, damn, like these girls actually look up to me. And while I am human and I have imperfections, I always feel like I want to give them the courage to actually try out music and like feel like they can do something with music, because if I can do it, that means like I was a nobody, like if I can do it, I feel like they can do it. And that's what I want them to take from me. Like not like to follow my lifestyle or something like that, because to be honest, I'm like not perfect, but I want them to take away what I took away from music, like think that if I can do it, they can do it as well. That's what I feel for them. And obviously if like they need any help or something like that, or they like I'm always there. I'm always there for you, girl. Like girl power, There's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to the next question, and before I say this question, I'd like to give a trigger warning that this question's about sexual assault and derogatory comments that are directed towards the victims, right? So you could skip it if you want to. So basically, recently in our country, there's been a surge in the number of sexual assault and rape cases, and one of the most common victim blaming tactics that we've seen is to sort of wrongly shame the victims and put the blame on them by saying stuff like or kapor dekhso, or stuff like what was she wearing, she was asking for it, right? So these are some of the comments that are used to avoid accountability, which is wrong. So what would you like to say to these kind of people? How do you think this impacts the not just the victims, but like women as a whole?
This obviously impacts like the like imagine telling somebody like you got assaulted because what you were wearing. Like little boys get like assaulted all the time, and it was because of what they were wearing. Like where does this even come from? You should never. What I want to say about this is like if you're a girl watching this, like you should never feel bad or responsible for getting assaulted, because it wasn't you, it was the guy or whoever, or it was the girl or guy who assaulted you. It's their fault. It's never your fault. You should always speak up. There are always people who are going to hear you. It is never your fault. You should never feel responsible for that. Like it's your body, it's your choice, and the fact that somebody took advantage of it, it's incredibly shameful, like for them, not for you. So you shouldn't feel responsible for their actions. I feel like a lot of women feel like if they speak about it, people are going to turn against them. They're going to start victim blaming. Yes, a part of people who are uneducated and were brought up like not properly, they're going to tell you like, yeah, it's your fault. But there are a whole wide range of people who are going to support you through it. They're going to make people understand. They're going to fight for you. So instead of seeing their side, you should see that people are going to be there for you as well, instead of the people who are going to shame for you. So I think that's a great development for our country, because Kewi wouldn't stand up for you. Considering the social media presence and everything, everybody's learning about it. Everybody's understanding the depths of the situation, of how bad it is. And there are people who stand up against all this. So I think that's good. But again, it's never the victim's fault. It is never your fault for getting assaulted or being being attacked on. You should never feel like that.
And what would you like to say to the people who are saying such statements?
I would. I don't think. I don't think it is like appropriate to like curse on like a school channel, but I would ask them to kindly, just it's not your place. What?
Agreed. We'll keep that in.
I was expecting this, and I was ready to keep it. I'm not going to cut this out.
Yeah, we're keeping it.
Just you can fuck my body, my choice. Who are you? Tell me about it. You know.
Even if it's inappropriate,
Agreed.
you can't just, this is hiding something like this, not talking about something like this is more inappropriate in my opinion.
No, the fact that people are talking about it, the fact that the victims are raising their voice, the fact that they have a platform is more than I thought of that could be like happening in this country. That people are actually speaking up against it. They're fighting for it, and there was this whole protest going on, which I think made a great effect about the whole situation. Although the government made this penalty where the rapist should die, which I do agree about. But there are proper investigations, and I feel like they should make proper rules and proper punishments against this. They didn't really think through this; they just went with the flow. But then again, it's really good that the government is making a stand at least for the first time.
At least there's something.
Yeah, there's something.
At least there's something. I remember this one time during my show. I was wearing this skirt and I was wearing this tank top, and I looked wonderful. Nobody in the show said anything to me, and I felt great. When I went on stage, between the screens, the cracks in the screens and the stage, there was this the people from the outside could see it, and I saw this guy trying to take a pic of my ass, and I'm like, I'm just staging a agreeable seat. Do you want to see something or something like that? And the guy is just started walking. So every time I come home from a show or something like that, it's always 11 or 12 a.m. or something like that. And I'm wearing my clothes and I'm trying to walk to my house, and I always feel like something bad's gonna happen to me. And I don't want to walk the streets of my country, of my home, and feel like that. So I always had this sense that there should be a change. I should not feel like this all the time. So there's that. So that's my personal experience against it. So
It's terrible what the things we have to go through just to do normal things that everyone else does, like walk to a store.
as long as you're fighting against it, you're always making.
You know what's funny? They're so unapologetic about it. They look at you like they own you.
It's exactly it's this deep-rooted misogynistic behaviors that they were never kind of told about to change about it, because women, the Brown families also kind of think the same, so they never really try to teach their sons. So they think that they have some sort of authority over the other gender, the woman. But it's as long as we're speaking up, the more they're starting to be afraid of us. They're starting to understand their actions and how they could actually get in trouble for that. Because till now they just thought that they could just do this all offend us and get away. But now they're starting to realize that we're speaking up. So there's a change, because we're starting to be open about our situations and our experiences. So there's that.
Yep. Okay. So let's move on to a more light-hearted segment of our podcast. So we have 15 rapid-fire questions. Okay. So you don't have to be rapid, but make it short and one-worded. Okay. We'll go through it fast. All right. Let me know if you're ready. I'll start.
I was afraid about this part, but okay, I guess I'm ready.
Okay. Let's start. So number 1, what does your IG username mean?
It means that it means nothing. It means nothing. It's a random thing.
Okay. Your favorite band?
My favorite band, The Neighborhood.
Paramore. Current favorite song? I know. It's good. Current favorite song?
Current favorite song, The Misery Business by Paramore.
Current guitar?
Paramore.
Current?
Guitar that you're using. Guitar.
Oh, it's a Les Paul shaped vintage guitar that I bought from this shop that I forgot. Don't sue me. Okay.
Okay, your favorite female artist.
My favorite female artist. I don't want to be basic, but it's Lana Del Rey and Hayley Williams.
Okay, so if you could learn one new musical skill, what would it be?
Learning to play the piano better.
Cool. Okay, punk rock or indie music?
Indie.
Cats or dogs?
Cats. All the way.
First song you played on your guitar?
It was my first. It's called Low. Oh wait, no. First song that I played on my guitar. It's
Yeah.
like It's I Walk a Lonely Road by.
Oh, Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Boulevard of
Yeah.
Broken Dreams. That was my
Boulevard
first
of-
song as well. That was my first
Yeah.
song. Everybody's first song.
Okay, Deshi or Western?
Both. Can I choose both?
Yeah, sure. Okay, early bird or night owl?
Night owl, obviously. I sleep at like 6 a.m.
Favorite beverage?
Coke. Am I allowed to say alcohol? No.
Go. Okay. Favorite Deshi band?
Favorite Deshi band? Of the Carnival. It's like they're so cool. I love them.
Okay. Tattoos or piercings?
Tattoos.
Okay.
I
The
have
last one.
three of them.
I know you have Manav Dharma here, right? That's so freaking cool. I really want to get it. Okay.
I have.
Attic.
Yeah.
Last question. Attic the band or False Castle?
Oh my God! You did.
You're great friends with Chadap Shom, right? I did my homework.
Oh my God. Okay. False cassette because I'm narcissistic. That's why.
Okay, understandable. We're done with the rapid fire segment. That was great.
That was
You
fun.
did really well. Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
it was good.
I was panicking, but okay.
That was real
It
quick.
was
That was
easy,
real
right?
quick.
And your answers were pretty cool.
Okay, so before we end today's episode, I just want to say that her voice is mainly about the reason why we started is to give her voice a platform to speak about anything she wants to speak. So for the next few minutes, the floor is yours. Anything you want to talk about or any message you want to give out to young females to inspire them to do music or anything they want to, the floor is yours. You can go ahead.
A lot of girls ask me if like most of them they're older than me. They're like they think that like they've lost this time or like they think that they can't start because they're too old or something like that. Let me tell you, it's never too old to start something that doing you love. Like you don't have to expect it to go somewhere. You can always start doing it. There's no age for it, and it's actually a lot better if you like start older because of like there are a lot of kind of like problems and there are a lot of like if you like start at a young age there are a lot of problems you face from the household if you're brown. So when you're older you don't have those restrictions and everything, so you can just do what you want. So you don't have to feel bad about being old and starting music. Like you can do it anytime you want. And the other thing is don't be afraid to start. People are gonna judge if you have 2 legs instead of 1. People are gonna judge if you have 1 small eye or like people are gonna judge everything. You don't need to give a fuck, okay? You live your life, you live the best. If your cover is bad, it's fine because you're gonna learn from it. I deleted all my previous covers because they were bad as hell. But I learned from it and that's what matters. And you will too if you start it out. Just go out and do it and nothing is gonna matter. Don't let anything get you. And that's all I want to say to you.
Thank you, Afrin. It was really great having you here. Your words truly mean a lot, and it was really cool.
Thank you so much. I honestly am so happy that you guys like wanted to like talk to me about my experience.
It was our pleasure. It was our
Yeah,
pleasure.
we're grateful that you actually agreed to do this. Thank you so much.
I am always happy to talk about my journey as long as it helps people, as long as it helps girls. Because like if they think it's possible for me, they'll think it's possible for them, and that's really all I want.
Definitely.
Okay. Thank you everyone for watching. This was Her Voice by Golden Z. Please stay in tune for our next episodes and keep an eye on the Golden Z IG page and our Facebook page too. Thank you.